Hi everyone, my name is Jacqueline Cabrera and today I will be presenting to you the Not on Tobacco program. Before we move on to the topic of the NOT program, I would like to talk about the importance of why we need to have a program that can help people quit smoking. According to the study conducted by the CDC, tobacco was found to be the leading actual cause of death in the United States. In addition, that said study also conducted that 30% of all cancer deaths and 21% of cardiovascular disease deaths are related to tobacco smoking. What is the NOT program? The program was created by the American Lung Association in conjunction with West Virginia University researchers in response to the growing number of young adults who smoke tobacco, along with the lack of effective interventions to help them quit smoking. The program consists of 10 weekly 50-minute sessions that are conducted mostly in schools and communities that is tailored specifically for the community that it is serving. The facilitators are trained faculty that are recruited based on a specific criteria that is required for the study. They go through extensive training and they are provided with a curriculum that are meant to follow during their weekly sessions. According to the Cancer Institute, the main target for this program are teens from ages 14 to 19 years old. The research has found that adult smokers are likely to begin smoking during their teen years. The goal is to ultimately be able to help teens quit smoking, reduce the number of cigarettes that they smoke if they are unable to quit, increase their lifestyle choices, and help them make educated decisions and improve their life skills such as stress management and coping. This program is also intended to help teens stay abstinent from smoking tobacco. Throughout the several studies that have been conducted using the NOT program, it has been found to show increased rates of reduced smoking with the use of this intervention. My thesis for this presentation is what makes this evidence-based program more effective than any other intervention method on tobacco cessation. According to Healthy People, determinants of health is defined as a range of personal, social, economic, and environmental factors that influence the health status of a person. For this evidence-based program, I will be discussing the social factors that affect the effectiveness of this intervention. The social factors that I included are peer pressure, family exposure, and socioeconomic status. I believe that with the NOT program, all of these factors play a huge role in determining the success rate that an individual will have within this program. During the teen years, friends play a large role into young adults' decision in what types of activities they should partake in. For example, teenagers who have friends that smoke are more likely to smoke themselves. Similarly, a teenager who is exposed to a family that smokes may also be susceptible to that said behavior. Socioeconomic status can affect someone's decision as well, as it encompasses the type of environment that an individual is brought into. This can define the type of behavior that would be deemed acceptable. A person with a higher SES is less likely to partake in health endangering activities such as smoking compared to someone with a lower SES. The intervention program views the diverse perspectives that they face during the implementation of this method by analyzing the different reasons that the participants may have for smoking. The program also helps young adults to find alternatives to tobacco use. Several studies that have been conducted with the Not on Tobacco program have implemented physical activity in order to increase the success of tobacco cessation. Although the program's main goal is to help young adults quit smoking, it also implements the idea that despite not being able to quit smoking, cutting back on the amount of cigarettes smoked daily is also great for your health. The developers of this program appeal to diverse perspectives by recruiting facilitators from the area of the community where the study will be implemented, and they use their personal experiences in incorporation of the curriculum of the program. Through this program, the secondary prevention approach of public health is being utilized. It is helping prevent the illness, or in this case, the addiction of tobacco, in order to minimize the severity of the damage it can do to our body. The key players of the Not on Tobacco program includes the West Virginia University, West Virginia's Bureau of Public Health, Department of Education, and inclusion of the American Lung Association. The need for an effective user-friendly program that could be adopted statewide has allowed the growth of this program to spread rapidly. This program emphasized on prevention and cessation support rather than punitive action. Through their partnership and collaborative process, they developed a smoking cessation program that was designed for teens that are daily smokers. The program was studied and conducted in several states and was consistently found to have significantly higher rates of reduction and cessation than more conventional programs. Having the American Lung Association on board provided the capacity of this program for a widespread diffusion and adoption nationwide. External stakeholders are the persons outside of the program that are affected with the results of the intervention. In the Not on Tobacco program, the external stakeholders include the students, teachers, parents, counselors, and nonprofit organizations, among others. These persons are involved in the program by helping the participants of the actual program and encouraging the subjects to successfully complete the intervention program. The stakeholders are an important part of the program in the implementation process because they can help replicate the program in different parts of the community. The involvement of the stakeholders has helped the program become more feasible and effective in several local communities. The stakeholders has also been involved in planning, implementation, evaluation, dissemination of the intervention program. The stakeholders vary in each location due to the wide variety of community that the program serves. The community resources that play a role in intervention program include schools within the state and local community health programs, and state and district coordinator. These resources were widely used by the public health professionals because they can understand the current school policy environment and can provide pertinent information, advice, and routes of communication to make the program more effective. Through the help of these community resources, public health professionals can offer valuable information to develop policies and promote high-quality health education and physical education courses, high-quality school food services, and healthy school environment. The funding of the program comes from various sources, some of which include the CDC, West Virginia Department of Education, National Office of the American Lung Association, and the American Lung Association of Florida. All of these sponsors of the program are provided through a grant that the program has deemed successful with. The purpose of ethics in research helps define the boundaries for lawful actions, and it provides public health with a starting point in consideration of the action required in promotion of healthy living. Ethics can also provide legal advice and a framework for the decision-making process in the creation of the program or campaign, such as the Not on Tobacco program. It must ensure that research is conducted in a way that serves the interests of the society and the community as a whole. There are four main principles of ethics that may apply to tobacco control, which includes autonomy, beneficence, non-maleficence, and justice. In the participation of the Not on Tobacco program, the prevention of individual autonomy requires preservation, including informed consents and the health risk associated with tobacco smoking and voluntary choice of participating into the program without coercion. Beneficence of the obligation of the administrators to promote the well-being of the individual, and non-maleficence refers to the obligation to avoid all harm. The principle of justice requires fair distribution and social justice, ensuring that the participants get what they deserve out of the program. The participants of the Not on Tobacco program are selected from a pool of volunteers who meet the requirements after answering a survey question, which determine their qualifications for the program. Upon the selection of the participants, the students are provided with consent forms that must be signed by their students and their legal guardians. The program includes group activities, discussions, journaling, and role-playing, which educates students on the harmful effects of tobacco and helps promote tobacco cessation. The program addresses the principle of justice by conducting the program in several states and local communities without prejudice or discussion of social-economic status. Tobacco companies are known to be the world's most sophisticated and successful marketers. They are the biggest opponent of any tobacco cessation that's out there. There are many ways that the tobacco industry has fought against the efforts towards tobacco cessation initiatives, some of which include using trade agreements to attack public health measures, distorting the science of the health effects of tobacco use, challenging advanced restrictions on secondhand smoke and tax increases, influencing legislators with contributions, amongst many others. Many adult smokers are known to start at a young age, therefore the need for a school-based intervention program was imminent. Cigarette smoking is responsible for more than 480,000 deaths per year in the United States and more than 41,000 deaths resulting from secondhand smoke exposure. If smoking continues at the rate amongst the youth in the United States, 5.6 million of today's Americans younger than 18 years of age are expected to die prematurely from a smoking-related illness. This represents about 1 in 13 Americans aged 17 years or younger that are alive today. Despite the numerous efforts by the government and the billions of dollars that are spent every year on tobacco cessation programs, the economic cost of smoking is still more than $300 billion per year, which is a very large number. The desire to identify the economic burden that tobacco has on a society also fueled the creation of this program. According to the CDC, nearly $170 billion is spent every year in association to direct medical costs affected by tobacco. More than $156 billion is lost productivity due to premature death and exposure to secondhand smoke. Given the proven effectiveness of the Not on Tobacco program, this intervention has been adopted nationally and was spread out widely in a short amount of time. The American Lung Association has implemented the protocols, manuals, and has provided the training materials for students to be used in this program. For this intervention to continue its success, more communities need to be involved in the development and implementation of the program in the local communities. According to the research and experiment conducted by the American Lung Association, they found that the end of program of the Not on Tobacco has a successful quit rate of 19%, which is much higher compared to any other intervention that has been tried and tested. The success rate of the program makes it cost effective and is easy to replicate because many of the facilitators are volunteers and all of the training materials are already provided for. These volunteers often consist of teachers, school nurses, coaches, counselors, and other volunteers that are recruited based on a specific targeted criteria that will be deemed most effective in the school or community. These volunteers undergo extensive training and follow a highly prescribed curriculum. Although the program only consists of 10 weekly 15-minute sessions, it encourages the participants to go beyond wanting to quit smoking. There are several reasons why the Not on Tobacco program was deemed more successful compared to other interventions. Some of the reasons include support from the various aspects of the community that is received by this program. The program received assistance from the Department of Education, the local health clinics, and the local community members that were willing to step forward and help make a difference. The program was designed to be conducted in groups of 10 to 12, which provided participants with support from their inner peers as well. It provided the students with information on how tobacco ruins their health from within and what you can do to change your lifestyle moving forward and to quit smoking. The great thing about this program is that it does not deem you unsuccessful if you are unable to quit, but in fact, they encourage you to reduce the number of cigarettes that you smoke on a daily basis and still consider that a success within the program. The program was also very simple and it's not time consuming that will hinder the lives of those that are participating in the program. I personally think that the short-term and long-term effects of this program can be dependent on the participant themselves. But the long-term effects of this program allow the students to think of how their lives will change if they quit smoking for good. It encourages them to find other ways to cope if they have the urge to wanting to smoke, such as participating in physical activities with their peers. Participating in this program also allows the students to think of smoking as a way to deal with stress and that there are other ways to do so. It can also avoid peer pressure and encourage students to stand up and be a force of nature by showing their friends and others that they can quit smoking. So can anybody else. The short-term effects can be predicted to those who are able to reduce the number of cigarettes that are smoked daily. Without constant reinforcement of the program, the effects will be dull and the students will likely go back to their old habits. I'd say that an internal and external communication would be needed, and perhaps getting their parents involved can help them make the path to quit smoking completely. The program can be replicated in various communities because there is no bias on who will benefit from this program. Although men are more likely to quit than women, their race, ethnicity, SES, or any other factor will not determine their success. The Not on Tobacco program has been implemented in many places and is still found to be successful. Anyone can be beneficial from this program. All it takes for them is to say yes and everything else will follow. The following slides are the references that were used during this presentation. They will also be made available in the description section of the page.